Hi, we're the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa.
And this is our Astro Corner. And I'm super excited this week, I'm not gonna lie. This is a beefy one, people. This is beefy, beefy, beefy. So originally we were going to do just SonYeJin and HyunBin. But then we had a request from Drama Milk to also look at HanJiMin and JungHaeIn. So I got to thinking. SonYeJin and JungHaeIn did Pretty Noona together.
Yeah.
HyunBin and HanJiMin did Jekyll and Hyde me together. We now have these four kind of, woo, the interweaving. So we have things to look at that we can cross-reference to see if it works. So we're gonna dive in.
Who's shipping who?
Right? Which is the pairing that you want the most? So we're gonna look at them and see how it works. So we're gonna start with one that we all pretty much know pretty well, the Pretty Noona pairing with SonYeJin and JungHaeIn.
Oh,
so
good.
we like that one, right?
Yes, love them together.
It was really good. It was really satisfying.
Yeah.
So if you look at their charts, so just briefly, SonYeJin is pretty much an air person with a dash of fire, which plays really nicely with all of her air. So her moon is in Leo, so she's super creative. She needs to be center of attention. That's where she feels emotionally comfortable. She's got that dynamic energy that people want to watch, and it plays really nicely with all of her air signs, and Aquarius and Venus and her Mars. But then she's got this Capricorn sun. So that's a woman who just gets shit done. And I think we saw, right?
That, yeah.
And so I think
that
we
comes
saw
across
that.
a lot of her characters.
So many of her characters. Like she is never going to be a wilting flower, even if you ask her to play that. Even her wilting flower is going to have a backbone of steel.
And
That's
like
right.
be with you with
right?
sub. Yep.
She's the most talented
She is.
hostage negotiator.
She's amazing.
On the police force.
So good.
The negotiation.
Oh my God, it was so good. We will get to that one soon.
Yes.
So that's what I really like about it. She's got these dash of Aquarius, which I think hasn't really, I don't think it comes out as much, but I think it lends to that. It's kind of that, it's that rebel energy. It's that not playing by everyone's rules. And so she's got that with both of the way she communicates and the way she relates to people.
Love it.
So then you look over at here at JungHaeIn's chart. Most of all of his planets play well with her sun because he's got a lot of Earth and he's got that Pisces Mercury. So he's a much more grounded and emotional person, where she is much more intellectual and dynamic.
Huh.
And so I think that kind of played out with their relationship because he was much more emotional in Pretty Noona, I thought, than she was.
A little bit of Pretty Noona I did watch. Yeah, he was usually kind of the one like,
right?
And she's like, what?
Yeah. She was always like, we need to plan people. And he was like, no, I just need to feel everything. So there's that. But he has that Aries sun. So kind of like how she's got that Capricorn sun, he's got that Aries sun. So his Aries sun is all about action. So I think that's also why he was such a hothead. So he's a hothead. So he's got all that emotion, and you throw in a little bit of hothead, and so there's that. So then we take their entire chart. There are two charts. So that's them individually. Okay. So then you look at their charts together. And this is what's really interesting. They have a lot of the similar elemental things, but not official like conjunctions. It's always a wide orb. And so that's the kind of thing with astrology. Like, I'm a big fan of saying that if your elements match, like fire to fire, fire to air, you're gonna feel that between them. You're gonna feel like a nice, friendly, like things are gonna jive. Like you're gonna like that person. Are you gonna like be friends with them forever? No, but they're genuinely a nice person. You dig them. There's no animosity. The closer you get to a conjunction, or the closer your trines or any of your aspects get to exact, the more you're going to feel that. So if it's a square, the closer it gets to exact, the more difficult or the more challenging the relationship is going to be. The closer it gets to a trine, the more beneficial it's going to feel. So it's that. So what they have in their charts is she has a lot of early degree numbers. He's got a lot of late degree numbers, except for her sun, which is in 20 Capricorn. But even then, his late degree stuff is late. So we're talking about a 7 or 6 degree swing. And they're not really conjunct. So it's nice, and but they're not tight enough to make it like whoa. Like whoa.
Right.
Like that kind of like that Park Min Young, Kim Jae Wook chemistry that we're talking about, because they had a lot of conjunctions, like conjunctions, like right there 1 or 2 degrees.
Okay.
They don't really have that.
So that's why they were adorable together, and we love the relationship, but
didn't necessarily light our hearts on fire.
Right.
Okay.
So that's kind of the biggest thing that I see here. The only real conjunction they have is his Mars to her sun. So that is a really nice conjunction for but it's in Earth. So that's what's really funny. It's a really fiery conjunction to have, but it's in Earth, so it's super practical.
Oh.
So it's like
Practical fire.
practical fire.
Okay.
It's a very contained fire.
Sounds very
Which I
useful.
think was pretty much what what the show
yeah.
was. Like, I think it was a very contained fire
Mhm.
that just
Huh.
burned out for a while, and then they figured out a way to stoke the flames again, and that was our ending. And so that to me is kind of what sums them up.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
that's just a really brief overview, but I think that kind of sums up pretty Noona. It didn't
Okay.
set the world on fire, but we really enjoyed it, and we're really disappointed with the way it didn't end the way we wanted it to
Yeah.
end. So, next on our list, HyunBin, HanJiMin. So, they were in Jekyll and Hyde. I did not watch it.
Hi,
Karen,
hi, Jekyll
Hi,
and me.
Jekyll and me. Hi,
Hi,
Jekyll.
Jekyll.
Okay. Or
Hi,
that.
Jekyll and me.
Clearly, I did not watch it. But
I
That's 3
did.
people.
what?
It is 3 people.
It is 3 people.
Yes.
So, what was their chemistry like?
Well, depends on if you're talking about his number 1 personality or his number 2 personality.
Oh, these hiders,
what was,
Jekyll.
what
Yes.
was the
So he played a
main-
character with 2 distinct personalities. One was very reserved and by the book, and and the other was like a super free, creative comic book artist. And neither one could remember. They knew of each other, but they were never in existence at the same time. It was very, very interesting. So when she learns that about them, she is actually very nurturing toward because she falls in love with kind of the free-spirited artistic
Gotcha.
side of him
Okay.
first. Then when she realizes they're not twins, it's the same person.
Yes.
Is reconciling that. So
But their chemistry?
But their chemistry?
I thought I loved it, but let me qualify by saying this is a 2015 show. This was my first K-drama.
Right.
This was the one that brought me back to K-dramas. So I remember it very, very fondly, and I loved the 2 of them together. And I loved that when she learned about his disorder, that she learned to love them both.
Right.
So-
Okay.
So,
All
and from that sense, I mean, she had chemistry with 2 very distinct people.
Okay.
Does that help? Does that answer your
Little
question
bit,
at all?
little bit.
Okay.
But it was enjoyable, and it wasn't it strikes me as being a very easy
It was
chemistry,
very-
an easy
Yes, yes.
very easy chemistry. Okay.
Yes.
Because that does make sense.
The drama was only in the storytelling, I would
Okay.
say.
Perfect. So then, just real quickly, so if we look at Hyunbin's chart, Hyunbin's got like a dash of a little bit of, he's kind of like this Sag Libra guy. So he's kind of out of the box and wants to do his own thing and follow his own path, but he also wants to make sure everybody is happy and things are good and equal, because that's that Libra energy. And then he's got this dash of Virgo, which is kind of critical, a little self-loathing, and it makes him very, very focused on achieving things.
That's both of the, you just
Yeah.
described both of those
Okay,
personalities.
well, see, and that's what he tapped into. He was able to tap into different
Yes.
parts, and that's what astrology to me is fascinating. You can tap into those different pieces of you just for that type of thing. So that's him just in a quick nutshell. Yeah, HanJiMin in a quick nutshell is fascinating when you look at these 2 together. That's why I was asking what their chemistry was like. She's got 3 planets in Scorpio.
That's fire, right?
That's not fire, but that
That's-
girl will scorch earth like nobody's business. Scorpio it's a delicious energy, but with a lot of it, holy crap, you do not want to piss this woman off. Not even a little. Not
Oh.
even a little.
Make a note about that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. Like, Scorpio energy is very much, it's the 8th house, it's death, it's taxes, it's sex, it's all that stuff that we like to get into and get into the muck and like dig into it. And when it's at its highest level, it can be transcendent. But when it's not reaching those higher levels, it can destroy worlds for sure. And so she's got a lot of it to play with. And she's got a conjunction with her sun and her Venus. So who she is and how she relates to people is at 12 Scorpio. So she either loves you like nobody's business, or she will destroy you.
Oh.
Like, it's just,
Huh.
and that's
And
just.
that explains her relationship to both of those personalities.
Exactly.
Actually.
So
Yeah.
that is what is so fascinating about the combo here, is they don't have a lot of crossover. If anything, it should be a little bit jarring. But what's interesting is because he's Libra, Sag, Virgo, and she's Scorpio and Capricorn, they have what's called a semi-sextile, which is essentially 30 degrees. So it's when you look at the chart, it is every 30 degrees you have a new sign.
Okay.
And so it's considered a minor aspect, but they have it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So their personalities kind of flow into each other.
Oh.
And so it's this very
wow.
easy energy that even though they don't see things exactly the same way, they're kind of one, like, so his sun is a portal to her moon. Her moon is a portal to his Mercury. His Mercury is a portal. And so it's that.
They gel really well.
Gel really well. It's not going to set the world on fire, but it's a super easy, nice energy.
Interesting.
So I found that really, really interesting because everything else, they probably just genuinely liked each other. They probably genuinely enjoyed working together, but no real hard aspects. So I'm not sure it was horribly binding or that they would, anything beyond that, but I think working together was a really enjoyable experience. So that's why I was asking if the chemistry worked, because I've heard really good things about their chemistry, just the story was a little bit of a hot mess.
The story faltered majorly at the end,
Yeah,
for sure, yeah. It rushed the ending.
But again, it's a really interesting thing just from an astrology standpoint, because it is, like, you don't really see it that often, but it is. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's like, oh.
Now I want to watch it again.
Right? And so I just think it was a really nice, smooth energy. So our two couples that we've seen before and we have some experience with seem to have a really nice, easy energy.
Yes.
So what is it going to look like when, it sounds really scandalous, they switch partners? Let's get into it. Go. So we're going to look at HanJiMin and JungHaeIn because that's the one's coming up first. On May 22nd, Spring Night is going to land on Netflix.
Yeah.
Super excited. The only disappointment, possibly, is that it's being done by the exact same people who did Pretty Noona, so we're hoping they learn from their mistakes. With that being said, let's look at the astrology. Okay, so as we've already discussed, HanJiMin has got all of this water in her chart, so she's a really emotional. So as an actor, even as an actor, she's going to be super emotional.
Okay.
There's a lot of emotion going on there.
Right, Scorpio's water.
Yeah, Scorpio is water. And then you look at JungHaeIn's chart, and he's got a bunch of this earth going on, which is nice, and that little dash of Pisces. So they're going to play really well together.
Okay.
Again, we have the situation where it's not, we don't have those direct aspects. It's kind of water, 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 earth, 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 but no direct, nothing is super tight. None of our aspects are super tight. So we're going to get kind of that SonYeJin feeling where they're going to get along. We're going to like the way it feels. It's going to feel really nice and easy.
Well, they play a married couple, right?
Right.
Who's having problems, and they rekindle their love for each other.
Which is kind of perfect for that. Because you've already got the setup where they're going to get along really well. It's going to be nice. She's probably going to be the fiery one of the two because she's got that Scorpio energy. She's probably going to be the one that is going to probably have the most problems in the relationship. These are just my guesses based on the way that they're going to read the scripts. And so, but then you've got, because of all of her Scorpio, he's got that Taurus. And so what's going to end up happening is that's an opposition. And even though it's not going to be, again, the aspect's not going to be tight, it's an opposition. So they're going to, all of what's going on with her Scorpio, he's going to want to counter that and make it even and balance that out because you've got that opposition.
Okay, so the tension in their relationship might actually be really good for us to watch.
Exactly.
Because it's about a couple that's been together for a while.
Yeah.
So
I think that that's going to be a really nice thing that we did not see with him and SonYeJin.
Cool.
That was more of just like, you're cool, it's cool, I like it. They had a lot of similar just kind of vibes going on there. But they have that nice tension of trying to balance each other out. She's a little top heavy because she has so much Scorpio, so he's going to be doing some really heavy lifting trying to balance that out with just a Taurus in Venus. But a Taurus in Venus with all that Scorpio is perfect for a kDrama. Are you kidding? It's perfect. We love that. So we've got that. But then we've also got, this is the big juggernaut. They got a lot of other nice aspects. They've got a lot of trines with the slower moving planets. With everything below the dark line that we've got here are our slower moving planets. And so that is more of like those deep karmic type things. And those are all trines. So they're very nice and they're very lovely. And it's going to give that gravitas that we like to see in our romantic, our K-dramas, right? So we're going to get a lot of that. But there is one aspect that I think is going to put this over the edge. It is going to make this, if the script helps us, this could be super juicy. So she's got all this Scorpio. He's got that Taurus, possibly a Virgo moon. If he's got the Virgo moon, it's going to also play to that Scorpio. So we're going to have that. They have a Chiron conjunct Venus. Chiron is the wounded healer. Venus is romance. That's pretty much what this whole story is, right? And it's conjunct. So it's about using the relationship to heal.
To heal the love.
Yes. And that they have that conjunct. And that's going to be conjunct in Taurus. And so again, it's about that earth energy that they've got. But because her Chiron is in that, and Chiron in Taurus is about your self-worth and all that. So I'm guessing the script is going to play to her not feeling appreciated and all that. And that Venus is going to play to that. So I think that could be really juicy and fiery, and I'm really looking forward to that because of that.
Totally
Oh.
looking forward to it.
So I do. They actually have a lot more going on for them in this than SonYeJin and he did with Pretty Noona, and we
Oh.
loved Pretty Noona. So
Yeah.
I'm feeling like this is going to be
Until
pretty
it fell
good.
apart.
Until it fell apart. Yeah.
But that was the story, not the actors.
Right. Exactly.
So,
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But they had a really nice energy. This is going to be a little spicier. I'm feeling a little more
Okay.
spicier, and I'm
Alright.
digging it.
Okay.
So yes, I was just looking at one last thing, and the other thing that gives us a little more spice is her Mars is in Capricorn at 3 degrees, and his Sun is at Aries at 1 degree. So that's a square. So that means there's going to be a little bit her moon to his Sun. While it's a fiery aspect and we love it, it's also square. So it's going to be a little bit. It's not going to be easy going, but it's going to give him a little bit. It's going to give him a little bit of that stuff that always makes a drama good. So that's going to be delicious.
Yeah.
So, and last but not least, the one that we've all been waiting for, the one that we, yes, so happy. All right, we saw it in negotiation.
Yes, but they
Right?
were really never in the same room
But
together.
what did
the
we
very
love
end.
about them in negotiation? What
Oh,
made that
the
work?
banter.
The way they played off of one another, yep.
Right.
The banter.
And there is so much here that tells us about that. Here's the
Oh.
biggest one. Her Mars at 10 Libra conjuncts his Sun in 2 Libra. So you've got that in Libra. So you've got that. Libra is very much about nice things and making things there, but it's also about romance. It's also the ruler of Venus, right? Its ruler is Venus. And so it's flirty banter. And that's what we kind of got in negotiation. So we have that going for us. And that is beautiful. So we've got that. So that's going to work out for us there. Then we also have a Moon-Mars trine in fire, in the fire sign. So hers is in Leo and his is in Sag. So that's going to be super spicy because Moon-Mars together is delicious.
I gotta tell you, our
And
expectations are high.
high,
Yes.
super high. So I'm a little nervous, but that one alone is going to give us something.
Okay.
I think it's going to give us definitely some zhuzh. Because again, as we've talked about in other Astro corners, that fire gives you a little bit of spice. And he's a Sag, which means he's really pretty much doing his own thing anyway. And she's a Leo, and she's like, you gotta adore me. So you've got these two coming at each other with a moon, which is all emotion, and Mars, which is all action. And that's
Oh
gonna
my
be
God.
right. It's gonna be delicious. I'm really excited about that, especially if we're going with the writer who does a lot of that. It's all about banter. It's all about that situation of the expectation. It's out of the box. She does a lot of that type of like. She did the one with aliens, and then she did it with mermaids, and it's that kind of a
Legend
thing.
of the Blue Sea.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
got Legend of the Blue Sea,
Love
Her
from the
from
Other
the
Star.
Star. So that's kind of what she sets up.
She's such a good writer.
She's such a good writer. So I think that that's going to play out really well. And if she taps into what SonYeJin said about wanting that Mr. and Mrs. Smith play out, this is perfect. SonYeJin is a smart lady because they're perfect for that. Because then you also have the other really, really big one is they have an exact trine from his Venus to her Sun, which means on top of all of everything else, they're going to get along. They're going to genuinely like each other. And I think we've seen that.
Yeah,
I think
we've
we've
seen it
seen
just
that
from
they genuinely like each
Oh
other.
yeah,
right?
that train tour of the country
Right?
to promote negotiation was
Yep.
just adorable.
Adorable.
She celebrated his birthday like
Yeah,
every day.
Like every day. And she does
Here's
that.
another cake.
She loves to do that. And so I think they're generally going to like each other. We're going to have the fire aspects, which is going to give us a little spice. We're going to have the air aspects. So we've got earth aspects for really liking. We've got air aspects for the witty and crazy banter and flirty banter. And then we've got the fire aspects for things that are like, oh, it's so hot. We love it so much. So I think we have all
Oh
of
my
the
gosh.
elements here for it to be fantastic. And then you top it off with everything else. And then they've got these pieces of glue that make relationships work. And I think those are the relationships that we like the most, is when we can see that it's not just, there's a little bit more there.
Not just
Now,
a fire
mind you,
that will burn out.
We've seen this. There are rumors that they're dating in real life. Who are we to discuss? But we'll throw this out. They do have enough glue that if they are dating in real life, it would work. I'll just say that. I personally don't think they're dating in real life based on the rollout of all of this stuff, because it'd just be there's a whole
There's
bunch
a
of
PR machine
it's
in
so
place,
much
so,
PR
yeah.
that'd be an entire different show to talk about. But if they are, there's enough glue there that it would work out really nicely. I really think that our excitement levels for their new show with the writer and them and this astrology is well warranted. I think it's going to be super exciting, and I think it's going to be the K-drama we've all been hoping for.
Oh, I
Oh
hope
my
so.
gosh,
I
I
really
hope
do.
so.
I'm
I hope
super
so.
excited.
Yeah.
Me too.
Do you guys have any questions?
Do we know when
Because
the show? Do we?
That
do
was
we
so
have a
much
date?
information. It was
do
so
we-
much data.
Do we have a date for the show? Or
We
time?
do
We have
not.
nothing. We have nothing
I
on this
think
show.
all we've heard is like second half of 2019.
Right, we don't have a
That's okay.
plot. We
Uh-uh.
don't know who they are. We know nothing.
But I
so,
think what we
okay.
do know,
As of
them
right now.
and the writer, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Good
though.
track record for
Oh.
all of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Ah, so there it is. All right, we're the
Awesome.
K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa. We have so many good
So
astrology
many.
corners on our channel, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Check it out right there. Join us over there. It'll be great. Bye.